Khristina from Redefine Creative, and I am super excited to be participating in the Stretch the Sketch collaborative series. So there are a whole bunch of us YouTubers who are going to be posting once a month where we have all selected a sketch to work on together, and we are all going to show you different ways to use and interpret and stretch that sketch. So it might be a traveler's notebook spread, it might be a 2-page layout, an 8.5 by 11 layout, some way to get the most out of your sketches. So if you looked in the very beginning, our sketch is one where it started out as a 12 by 12 page, and I am going to turn it into a traveler's notebook spread. So I have a photo of my son in his baseball uniform, and this was from one of his tournaments where he was named the MVP of the game or of the weekend. Their coach does that kind of in every tournament they play. He announces somebody as the MVP. And so I am playing around with the Becky Higgins Everyday Project Life Edition. So I only have pulled out the 6x6 paper pad and a few embellishments. So I have the chipboard and I have a couple of other things I'm going to use. So using a sketch like this in my traveler's notebook is a really great place to work with when I have only a 6x6 paper pad. So I'm not playing with any 12 by 12 pattern papers in this case. And so I'm going to take that 3x4 photo and I'm going to go ahead and back it just with white and black cardstock. And then I'm going to grab this kind of reddish color and also use that to create kind of a wonky offset map. And I don't want it to be perfect. I want it to have those kind of different sized edges on it. And that's going to go over on the right hand side, similar to where it is in the sketch. So if you saw the sketch in the beginning, it has a row of arrows going through the middle leading to the photo, and then it has some arrows in the top right hand corner as well as in the bottom kind of middle. So rather than this being one 12 by 12 layout, I'm going to look at it like that whole sketch is going to become my 2-page spread in my traveler's notebook. So all I am doing is taking all of the pattern papers that I know I want to use, and I cut them into fourths, and then I cut them into smaller and smaller triangles until I had the sizes of pieces that I wanted to use. So I wasn't doing any measuring. I was just cutting that square into like along the diagonal until I had triangles that were small enough. And so if I wanted to keep going, I could absolutely keep going and get smaller and smaller triangles. But I liked this particular size for the triangles that are going to lead as arrows straight across the left-hand page to my photo. And what I'm going to end up doing for the ones that are going to go in the vertical direction by my photo, they were too big. So all I'm going to do is go ahead and go back and cut them in half again. And that's going to give me the same patterns and the same types of triangles, but it's going to give me a smaller scale. So I have some more room to kind of play with and work with. And so I'm just making sure that I have a good balance between the red, white, and black that I am using. And so it worked out perfectly because those are his team colors. And those are primarily the colors in this particular Project Life collection. So it worked really well with the photo that I was wanting to work with. So as I'm cutting those, I do want to encourage you to make sure that you click down below. There are a ton of really, really talented ladies who are participating in this series with us. And so I definitely would encourage you to click on all of their links and see what they have done to create their sketches as well. And so now I'm just going to take a black pen and kind of add some detailing around the outside edges of this layout. And I'm going to carry that across both pages as a way to kind of join them together and show that they're meant to be kind of viewed together. And I am going to make sure that I have left a lot of white space over on that left page, because I have a lot of things that I want to say. So my journaling is going to be pretty extensive. I am going to grab these foam thickers, and these are the smaller sized ones, and I think I picked these up just from Target in their little craft section. And I'm just going to write out the word MVP up the side, and this is similar to the placement of where the title was in the sketch. And I really like that that gives that kind of pop of gold and makes it look a little bit more fancy. And so then I'm going to go to that Project Life from Becky Higgins, that Everyday Collection chipboard. And then I'm also going to grab these Bella Boulevard stars. And I want to scatter just a few of these stars throughout my triangles. And so I'm going to go ahead and do that in all of the different directions that they go. And like I said, I really wanted to talk about how my son joined a team that was much more like competitive. It was above his level. And he has worked really, really hard to find a place there and build, teammate relationships with the kids that are on that team. And he goes to a hitting coach and he does all kinds of things to kind of help him play up to the level of this particular team. And it has been like a night and day difference for him. He has built all this confidence and he has some great friendships, and it has really been an impactful change that we have made this year, and it's carrying over into all aspects of his life. And so that's kind of what my journaling is talking about, is just how he's learning things on the ball field that are carrying over into his life and kind of making him into the person that we want him to be and giving him all of this extra confidence. And so I did have a lot to say about this particular page, this particular photo. So that journaling is going to take up a lot of the space. And so I extended the space that was in the sketch from just that top section above the arrows to be the top and the bottom, so I could include all that writing that I wanted to include. And that's basically going to do it. So I did keep the embellishing pretty simple, but I really like the impact of those arrows, and I would love to see your take on this sketch. I'll see you soon. Bye!